Let's talk about the migrant crisis yet again. Another 178 came across yesterday. That adds up to, in 3 days, 4 days, was it? 4 days in a row, that adds up to 2,082. In just 4 days, in the last 4 days. Those people alone, those migrants alone, will cost us, the British taxpayer, over the next year, £82 million. Isn't that special? That's just for the last 4 days. That's the amount of money this is costing. So the migrant crisis continues apace, and still they come. But this is a story about what they do when they come here. There's shocking statistics here, Philip, that cross-channel migrants are 24 times more likely to be in prison than British people, than British citizens. Analysis by the Tory party has revealed that 1 in 30 small boat foreigners end up behind bars. That's 3.4% of all arrivals from France going to prison in the UK. These are the cross-channel people. They compare terribly to general migrants who aren't quite so bad. But these cross-channel guys, and most of them are guys, they turn up here, we don't know anything about them, and we just let them in, and then it looks as if they just start breaking our laws. So the number of channel crossers who get jailed is 18 times higher than the rest of Britain's migrants. So these are shocking statistics.
It's beyond belief. I mean, this is prison. These are people just going to prison. This doesn't include the people who don't get caught, the people who get fines or all the rest of it. This is just prison. But there's one statistic that screams out at me here. This is 12% of Somalians living in the UK were behind bars by the end of March.
Wow.
12%. That's absolutely extraordinary. We've got to ask what's going on there. But there's something else as well. It puts the other story into context, doesn't it? We're talking about trying to save £5 billion with health reforms, with PIP and all of that kind of thing. The number you just read out there about how much this costs, what, 82
million for 2,000 or so migrants over the last 4 days.
Over the last 4 days.
Yeah, 82 million.
Extend that over a year, and then you're talking real money. Yeah. This is where all of the money's going from.
Each one of these migrants, when they get here, costs us £40,000 a year. So if you have 2,082 over 4 days, that adds up to just over £82 million for over the next year. Those are the arrivals we've had in the last 4 days alone. Now, we know now that, of course, this year alone, more than 20,000 have pitched up on the UK's south coast. That's a 40% rise on last year. So smash the gangs isn't going that well, is it? Now, if you extrapolate that, 20,000 migrants turning up on our south coast. With these statistics, 700 of them are likely to be destined to be locked up.
Yeah, it's a crime wave. It's an imported crime wave. And as you say, who'd have thought all of these undocumented men from cultures that are completely incompatible with Britain, that think women are second-class citizens and children are fair game, who'd have thought that they're going to go out and create crime, wreak havoc?
It's this cultural divide. It's really interesting what you said about Somalians, because Somalians are coming from a country which literally defines the term lawless. Yeah. They don't know about a law-abiding society, a law-abiding country. They come from a country where you just have to do what you have to do to get by, and if that involves crime, they just commit the crime. So they come here with that mindset. These foreigners are coming here from different cultures, as you said. Many of them have alarmingly different attitudes to sex crimes to us, which would account for the fact that foreigners are responsible for nearly a quarter of all sex crime convictions in this country, and migrants are 3 times more likely to be arrested for sex crimes. These migrants that are coming in, we don't know anything about them. Statistically, disproportionately, they commit far too many sex crimes and far too many crimes generally.
We are paying several prices as a society in a country, aren't we? One is obviously the financial price, but we are sacrificing women and children on the altar of diversity here, aren't we? Because if you complain about this, you still get called racist. You still get called racist, even though the data is in, the figures are here, it's in black and white. You cannot argue against this stuff, and yet we still have open borders. The gangs will never be smashed because they don't want to. And as I've said before, if they admit for 1 minute...
They don't know how to either.
Yeah, they don't know how to, but they really don't want to. If they admit for 1 minute that their worldview is wrong, that, immigration is a beautiful thing and it's enriching and our country is far better for it.
Diversity is our strength.
And diversity is our strength. This is another mantra, isn't it? Yeah. Then if they admit that is wrong, they have to admit that everything they've done over the last 30 years, their whole philosophy, is just catastrophic, and they will never do that.
And our migration policies over the last 15 years, the Tories are responsible for most of this. Labour, no mean feat, has made it even worse, has resulted in this country becoming a dangerous place for women. This is really bad, folks. Now, yesterday's Mail had incredible pictures from this place, Gravelines, in northern France, where there's this big canal that goes out to sea, which is a handy place to get on the dinghies. So there were literally thousands of these migrants, like all leaning over the side of the canal with all these dinghies jostling around to pick them up. They're climbing in, then they're all waving and they're taking selfies, and off they go. It's just out of control.
It's like the opposite of Dunkirk, isn't it? It is like it's like an invading army. And again, if you use an expression like that, you will be described as racist. But if you look at the images, that's precisely what it is. And when they come here, so many of these young men, what do? They attack women and children. So they are a kind of invading army, and it is a kind of war. Mass migration is a kind of modern 21st century warfare, and as we know, our borders are open and we have precisely no defence against any of this.
Absolutely right. So let me know what you think about all this, folks. And by the way, the French police, the gendarmes, are still operating with the £800 million we've given them over the years to patrol their beaches properly. Well, they patrol their beaches. I'm not sure they patrol them properly, but we're all noticing that what they seem to be doing with our money is buying more and more expensive equipment. So they're driving around in these flash buggies. They've got helicopters, aeroplanes, drones, launches, you name it, they've got it. But they're not stopping any boats or any migrants. Apart from that, they're doing a great job.